Hey everyone, my name is Dan Silver and I work with Baja Bible School, and I'm speaking to you today from our campus in Tijuana. And I just wanted to address a safety question. I made a video about a year ago about safety in Tijuana, and this is a follow-up to that. So I just wanted to talk about some trends in the current situation. Today's July 5th, 2010. So the last 2 years, give you an idea what safety has looked like here. In 2008, there were a total of 844 homicides in Tijuana. 2009, there were 664. And in 2010, it's on par with this downward trend. Fewer than that. And especially high-profile killings have gone way down several of from a breakaway group of drug traffickers were captured in the last year. Many people take any news from any part of Mexico and generalize to the whole country. As a big country, crime rates in San Francisco aren't the same as crime rates in Los Angeles or Denver. And Ciudad Juarez, which is across the border from El Paso, has been on the news a lot as being a very dangerous city. And it is significantly more dangerous than Tijuana, but it is also 700 miles from us. Theft is common in Mexico and Tijuana, and murder is still mostly bad guys killing bad guys. The police are cleaner than ever, with 300 to 400 municipal cops having been fired or arrested this year in sweeping cleanup projects under the new police chief, Julian Leasaula's leadership. And in fact, the law enforcement regime and cleanup is actually becoming a model for the country. Our murder rate here in Tijuana is similar to that of several big cities in the U.S., like Detroit and Baltimore, at about 400 per 100,000 people. 40 per 100,000 people, and significantly safer than St. Louis or New Orleans, which are around 60 per 100,000. And just to give some more perspective, that's murder. But take, for example, the rape statistics. According to UN statistics, rape is far more common in the U.S., with about 30 per 100,000 in the U.S., as opposed to 12 per 100,000 in Mexico as a whole. So anyway, like I said, it's mostly bad guys killing bad guys. But of course, innocent people have died in Tijuana. I haven't heard of any cases of visiting tourists being killed, although there have been 2 or 3 cases that I can recall in the last 2 years where young people came to Tijuana, purchased illegal drugs, or partied with drug traffickers and were killed. But only 2 or 3 of those even. I still maintain that I don't know anybody among our nonprofit friends that has seen any violence or had any problems. Guys, I think it's a misunderstood situation. Nobody can absolutely guarantee that anyone is safe anywhere. But based on the numbers I've given you and on my personal experience with numerous visitors over the last 2 years, I believe that the fear that we nonprofits have seen of visiting Tijuana by our American friends is not proportional to the actual danger here. I believe that fear is an emotional response to certain headlines, which are increasingly old or coming from distant parts of Mexico, coupled with a fear of the unknown, rather than a rational response to the statistics and actual everyday experience of regular tourists and working people living in Tijuana. I really hate to be focusing on all the negative when I would really like to spend my time talking about the positive things about Tijuana and the things I enjoy about living in Mexico. But I do want to answer those questions that you have about security here, and I realize that if you don't live here, how would you know? You don't have a frame of reference to know what it's really like. But having said that, if you want to see some of the fun things that we enjoy about Tijuana, some of the things we like to do here, I would encourage you to check out our Tijuana Life videos of some of us at the school running around and enjoying the city and doing different things. There's a link to them on our webpage, bajabible.org, and also in the text description of this video on YouTube. Having said all this, we are enjoying the visitors and the students that have chosen to spend time with us. And if you are one of them that is going to be with us in the future, we look forward to having you here at the school. You will learn a lot. You'll benefit from the experience of visiting Mexico, which is an interesting country with many lovely people who are different from you and I, and from whom I have personally learned a lot. So I look forward to seeing you on this side of the border.